the door that was always open. Let me introduce you to Valeria. That morning she opened the window and, for the first time in weeks, felt that something was off. Projects that didn't work out, doubts whispering to her at dawn. She didn't feel defeated, just confused. She had the sense that life should be going better. A clipping in her notebook caught her attention. A quote someone had sent her. She read it softly. "You are meant to succeed, and failure should feel bad to you. Life is supposed to go well for you, and when it does not, there is something wrong. But what is wrong is not something that is outside of you, over which you have no control. What is wrong is within you, and you do have control. And taking control is not difficult to do once you understand the basis of who you are and the basics of the law of attraction and the value of your personal emotional guidance system." It wasn't a sermon. It was a key that awakened curiosity instead of guilt. Her friend Maya called and said, "Come to the workshop this Saturday. It's called Pilotar al Éxito. It's not a miracle, but it will give you practical tools." Valeria decided to go. She needed to experience, not just read. In the workshop, the facilitator spoke of an emotional guidance system, an inner compass that shows whether we're moving toward what we want or away from it. Valeria imagined a compass inside her chest that, even amid noise, sometimes pointed toward calm. They asked her to write down how she felt, not to judge, but to recognize. Valeria wrote, frustrated, tired, ready to try again. That list didn't defeat her. It brought her back on track. Recognizing was taking control. Days later, a setback came. A proposal she was hoping for didn't go through. The old fear knocked on the door. This time, Valeria breathed, checked her inner compass, and allowed herself to feel the disappointment without turning it into a verdict. Not blaming the world gave her a new sensation, power. She began with simple exercises, short breaths, gratitude lists, imagining the outcome she desired as if it were already happening. It wasn't instant, but every small shift of attention adjusted the compass. Her energy changed, and with it, her opportunities. A client wrote to thank her. A small workshop filled up. One morning, she looked in the mirror and liked what she saw. They weren't huge triumphs, but they added up. Valeria understood that, quote, being destined for success wasn't a magical promise. It was an invitation to align her inner world with what she longed for. One afternoon, while preparing her space, she turned on a light and noticed the door of her studio slightly open, both literally and metaphorically. She realized the door to the life she wanted had never been closed. It was always her inner attitude that marked the entryway. From that day on, she called her gatherings the door that was always open, and left a section of the workshop with the name that had pushed her to begin, Pilotar al Éxito. At the end of the story, Valeria shares, feeling bad after failure wasn't shameful. It was a signal that her compass needed attention. She learned not to look for blame outside, but to interpret her emotions, adjust her course, and keep going. And best of all, now she shares that open door with others, with the calm and confidence of someone who has learned to pilot her own life.